Welcome to Words or Vehicles. When we hear a word, think about it, and reflect on it to understand it, our minds can take us on a word journey. Now, someone came up with a word that we just heard, and that person had something in mind when he or she said it, assigning it a particular meaning. Now, words and their meanings can change over time, just like we do. And it's always good to understand the original meaning of words so we can properly use them in our conversations. Sometimes we assign our own meaning to those words for our benefit, and sometimes to our detriment. But the bottom line is this: words can change our minds by changing our perspective of ourselves, others, and the world around us. Today, let's explore the word communication. Spoken and written words make up our particular languages, and words are what make language work. Language is simply a tool for communicating the countless symbols we encounter. Now, over the next few days, I'll break the word communication into 5 key pillars supporting it. And today, let's discuss what communication is and its purpose. One online source defines communication as the imparting or exchanging of ideas, information, or news. For instance, I could say, "At the moment, I'm in communication with London." That source also defines it as a means of sending and receiving information, such as phone lines or computers. And now let's discuss the purpose of communication. My dad used to say to me, "Son, without communication, there's no understanding." Now, he drove me nuts with that saying, but deep down, I knew he was right. And as time has passed, and unfortunately as he has, I understand what he said better and realize how wise he actually was. I'm sure you and I know people who talk constantly, but seem to have nothing of value to say. And that makes it difficult for us as the hearer to understand what they're trying to communicate. My 6-year-old grandson can ramble for hours about nothing in particular, and I must listen closely to bits and pieces of what he says to understand what's important to him in this phase of his life. Now, as he moves through the phases of life, I'm sure he'll begin to understand how to communicate more effectively. But for now, I must be patient and seek to understand him in this phase of his life. But the sad thing is, many adults haven't learned how to communicate effectively. Now, I've been one of those rambling people, but with experience, I realize how valuable time is for most people. And this has made me aware of the importance of choosing what I say to add value and not waste the time of others or my own. If you'll join me over the next few days, I promise to use our time wisely and not spend too much time with an information overload. Our time will be brief, but impactful. I want to share communication's 5 key pillars and their value with you. Those pillars are engagement, authenticity, content, preparation, and listening. Now, during our time together, I'll share a couple of essential truths and tips for each of the 5 pillars. When we meet in the next video, we'll discuss engagement, the first pillar, and how to improve our communication by engaging others more effectively. Now, thanks for tuning in today. Now, if you want to be notified of the next video in this series, hit like, subscribe to this channel and playlist, and leave me a comment or your feedback. I'll see you in the next video. Communication's first pillar, engagement.